This is RF from the Country Lunch Show on WOOL 91.5 FM each Wednesday, 12 to 2. And we have a caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, this must be Jerry.
How'd you know? Oh, you can't. Yeah, you can always hear my voice.
Anyways, I got a question for you. Have you got your Christmas shopping done yet?
No, not really. Really haven't started, to be honest with you.
Isn't it a little, doesn't it get a little pressing to wait until the last minute to do shopping? Or do you just enjoy the Christmas lights and stuff and all that?
Well, I like Christmas. Christmas is it's one of the greatest things, I believe, that kind of brought like a lot of people together. That's what I like about Christmas. Especially when people start giving more than taking. And it's like, hey, there's hope after all. Speaking of that, a lot of people don't believe there was a Santa Claus. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that. Well,
yeah. A lot of people don't believe that the dude existed. He did exist. In fact, he was a nice guy. He used to help a lot of the poor kids in Alaska, different places. He had a lot of good connections back then. He was a toy maker, he did a lot of wooden toys. He used to make sleds and, carts and things like that, and of course he had his helpers, helping him, and his wife did a lot of, sewing and stuff like that, and I guess his name was Saint Nick or something like that, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, he see the snow in Alaska, gets really high, and how many feet does it get? Like 10 feet sometimes? I don't know. I mean, it just get a lot of snow there. And a lot of the houses used to get underneath the snow, and of course they had like slopes and everything, and of course he had his reindeer were his working deer. They over there they used the reindeer because they were used to jumping in that snow and everything, I guess. But anyway, he used to have them pull his sleigh for him, or his carts or things like that in the summertime or whatever, and to get his wood and whatever they have done back then. And now when he went to the houses to deliver toys, chimneys were pretty wide years ago up that way, up in Alaska and different places, actually. Here in Vermont, matter of fact, my father and I used to work on a lot of chimneys. We used to build the fireplaces and things like that, And we worked on houses that had like 4 or 5 flues coming out of the house. Of course, the top part is a lot thicker. But what they used to do in some of these chimneys, when the snow was so high, they used to set the toys down through the chimney, see, and then the parents would come and get the toys and everything and put them beneath the tree, And they used to put like milk and cookies in his little basket or whatever, and he'd pull it back up the chimney, and he'd get his milk and his cookies, and all the way he'd go. But you got to keep in mind now, when the houses had snow on top of them, everything, and the snow was up as high as the houses, okay, he used to fly over them, with his sled and his reindeer, and his reindeer would take off, and he'd go, and go down the next bank, and some of the kids used to look up, at night, and they see him, and they go, wow, the sled went over their heads. I saw Santa Claus, and, if you could put your imagination together on that one to figure it out. But, yeah, he was a toy maker, and he loved kids, and he was a good man, and there wasn't anything he wouldn't do for people. He was one of those kind of guys. And, yeah, he wore red a lot around there. There used to be a lot of deer hunting going on around there. And he wanted to say, hey, I'm here. You can see my red clothes, my red jacket. But what I'm trying to do is put the full connection with the Saint Nick and Jesus Christ. And you can do that. You got to do it in your head. You got to understand the kindness of a human being and what they do for another. And that's how you know. And he was evidently a very religious person, too. So I guess he was a follower of, Christ, God, be a giver, not a taker. and help those basically who help themselves. A lot of people don't. They don't have that. They kind of lose it as time goes by, especially. It all depends on what they've been through. And I like the Christmas songs. In fact, there's a few I kind of liked as a kid. Growing up, even though I played a lot of Christmas carols. I don't play them that much anymore. But
what's your favorite?
Okay, I know. Here's one. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm a-telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, he's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah. Sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sakes. Oh, well, you better watch out. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.